If you are here just kind of like soaking in as many videos and information as you can, and you're sitting around thinking, oh man, I can't afford any of this stuff, I can't get started till I get this stuff, you're lying to yourself, man. You can get started, you can build these skills with the phone in your pocket. Let me just freestyle, let's freestyle this thing, okay? What's up, you guys? Roman wasn't built in a day here, and a question I've been getting a lot, and I apologize for the background noise, I am outside in public, but a question that I've been getting a lot, a question that I've always gotten a lot is, which lens should you buy? Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of it, I know there's tons of videos out here on which types of equipment you should buy, and it's super easy to get lost in just all the different options, like what do I get? So what's really most important is that you understand what each lens does, so that way you can make your own informed decision on the best lens for you. So for starters, I usually typically keep only 3 lenses in my bag, and let's go ahead and break it down from the most narrow focal length to the most wide focal length. Right here, I have my 100mm macro 2.8 by Canon. Okay, it's got the red ring. It is an L series lens. I believe it's the second edition of this macro 100mm, okay? Which was originally Canon's premier line of lenses, and now they have the RF lenses. This is a 50mm 1.8. It's not an L series lens, okay? It's like a cheaper version of their L series lens, but this is an RF. It mounts straight to my Canon R, right? And then the last lens that I typically use pretty much all the time, I always keep it on there, it's on there right now, is my Tamron 15-30, okay, my wide angle. So basically I have a 100mm for my super zoomed in close shots. Really helpful for B-roll. If you're doing any type of macro videography or photography, you want to get a close-up shot on a flower or some close-up detail, whatever. This is what you want to use. It's also great for sports, you know what I mean, especially if you're on the sidelines or you're in the stands. It is a prime lens, right? So it doesn't zoom in and zoom out. This is actually, like I said, out of the L series lenses, is the most affordable one that you can get. Super valuable, but I will say it rarely comes out of my bag. I do leave it in my bag most of the time, especially when I'm doing run and gun shoots. I don't always have time to go and throw this bad boy on and make sure to get my little close-ups. If it's a planned shoot, that's a little bit different, but for run and gun purposes, this is not a run and gun, you know, one size fits all lens that you're gonna leave on your camera. No. This is, you're gonna whip it out for portraits, for close-ups, that type of thing. Now we have the 50mm 1.8, okay, they call this the Nifty 50. There's an OG EF version that they've been making for years. You can find it for like 50 bucks on Amazon. If you are here just kind of like soaking in as many videos and information as you can, and you're sitting around thinking, oh man, I can't afford any of this stuff, I can't get started till I get this stuff, you're lying to yourself, man. You can get started, you can build these skills with the phone in your pocket, okay? So don't use any of this stuff as an excuse, right? Every lens that I have, there's a cheaper version out there. You can go with the prime lens that doesn't zoom in and out, it doesn't have autofocus, you gotta do it manually, but it's gonna be a little bit cheaper. And on my M50, I used to have this little 12mm M mount. I'm shooting on the Canon EOS R5 and the R, which means that it has RF mounts, okay? So if I wanna put anything besides an RF lens, I'm gonna need to use an adapter. Now, depending on the camera that you have and the lens that you want, you may or may not need to get an adapter, right? Be aware that if you have a crop frame sensor and you're picking up a lens, it may be actually cropped in, it may be zoomed in more than what that lens actually is, if that makes sense. Tamron retails at $1,200. I believe this lens is about $200. And like I said, the 100mm macro, about $700. All of these are linked in the description if you want to check them out, but remember, these are not the options that you need to go with. This is what I chose that fit within my budget, but was still the highest quality that I could afford. Ultimately, that's what you need to do. If all you can afford is to whip out your phone and shoot with your phone, that's what you need to use. If all you can afford is a little Nifty 50, all you can afford is to get the kit lens with it, that's what you use. You master your craft, you use what you have until you can use what you want. Definitely check out my other tutorials where I go more in depth on these things. Hit subscribe. Let's keep growing together, man. Peace.